I hope I didn't go a bit too over the top. I think it's doable. I think it's doable, no? Yeah, I am happy with my Lovestruck, Love at First Lightning Bolt kind of look. And I think it's very on trend because a lot of people are doing shapes with their eyeliners, but that can be very tricky, and I feel like shadow is just like such a nice way to mimic those kind of shapes as well. And I feel like it's more forgiving than if you use like an actual liner. Maybe we won't wear this for like a date, but it would be nice to like recreate this for yourself and feel totally badass. I assure you that I feel very badass right now. Welcome to my channel, everyone. Today we're going to create a Valentine's look, and I wanted to do it again with this beautiful palette, the Carnival 3 palette by Bperfect Cosmetics, not Bperfect, and Stacey Marie, and this is a Love Tahiti palette. And I wanted to play a little bit with the concept of being love struck, a little bit like struck by lightning. So I'm wearing these cute lightning earrings, and in my eyes I'm wearing TTD eye lenses in the style Real Caramel. You can see them up close in my video where I tried the latest 4 pairs of lenses on from them. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into the video. Face wise, I'm gonna do my makeup, my face makeup at the end, just because I want to be able to clean everything up, and my skin is doing quite well, so I don't feel ashamed of it. I've already applied the Face Theory ML Sea Whip with 20 SPF, and this is really nice. I got the one with like the orangey smell, and it's really nice to use in the morning because it really like refreshes your senses, and I don't have any weird reactions to it. I've been using it for I think almost a month now, or about a month, so I'm really happy with it. I would like to have more SPF because this is only 20 SPF, so I'm definitely on the lookout when it's eventually summer and this runs out, even though I don't think it's gonna run out soon because this is from 1 month. You really don't need a lot of it, but yeah, I'm gonna be on the lookout for some higher SPF. So for the brows, I'm going to use these 2 products. So we have the Urban Decay Brow Blade in Dark Drapes, and this has like a pencil side and a marker side, a bit like an eyeliner pen but for the brows. And then this Miss Honey Instant Brow Thickener by Peaches and Pearls Boutique. This is basically a sort of brow soap that you put in to put the hairs up, so it's not gonna have like too thick of a look for the brows, which is what I like when I do a little bit more of an editorial look. This is vegan and cruelty free, and this is definitely cruelty free. First I go in with a pencil and then make a few brow hairs, and then I switch it up. So let's go through this quickly because I'm just gonna make a whole other video on brows, so I just want to speed through this. I'm going in again with the brow pencil just to neaten it up here, and then also clean up here with a little bit of concealer, preferably cream concealer, just because I feel like that works best. I just applied some PLouisebase in Rumor 2 on my eyelids, a very light layer, like not a very thick layer, because next I want to go in with this base, and this is a color base by P.louise, as you can tell, and this color is pretty in pink. Well, this is called a cosmetic base. Apparently you can also use it for blush or your lips or whatever. I don't think I'm gonna do it on my lips today, but I also want to try it as a blush. But first let's do it on the eyes. Just gonna get a little bit on my hand here, because you need to mix it up a little bit on your hand, especially with this one. I noticed that it's a little bit separating, so I'm just applying it where I want the shade to be that I'm going to put on top. And of course you can, if you don't have a colored base like this, you can skip this step. You can go in with your eyeshadows right away. It doesn't need to be perfect right away because we're going to blend and cut. And there's a little hair on here. So I'm starting here, basically where my fold begins in the inner corner. I'm starting that line, and then I go to the brow arch, more or less. With hooded eyes, if you do a line or whatever, you're going to work like this. So when you just hold your eyes like this, that it's still more or less one whole line. Why am I not in focus? Hello. Okay. So I'm going to use that trick like so. As I said, it doesn't need to be too perfect straight away. Gonna make another line here. Same on this side. Well, it isn't really a lightning bolt, but it's kind of mimicking one. But we're still going to clean it up too, don't worry. Gonna fade this a little bit upward. Then I'm going to take a quite firm brush like this one from Naskita. As you can tell, it's quite dense. And we're just gonna fade this out. We're gonna stamp over it until it's faded out. Because for this look, I don't want any like super harsh edges. Here in the middle, don't worry about it. We're going to clean up as much as we need to clean up later on. I'm gonna use this little brush again. This is also, these are two by P.louise, by the way. So this is the devoted to my base brush. And then this one is called What a Treat My Base Brush Is. Special names. I'm gonna also apply this a little bit underneath. And normally you can also use this in your waterline, but I'm going to keep that for the end. Then I'm patting it out with my finger like this. Now I want to deepen it up some more with this beautiful palette, the Carnival 3 palette, the Love Tahiti palette from Bperfect Cosmetics and Stacey Marie. Oh, these shades are so beautiful. I'm going to start with the darkest one. Let's start with a bloom here on this small Sigma Precision Blender brush. Placing that like not totally on the outer edge, but still quite on the outer edge of the shapes that we applied. And flicking that over there. I also like that this pink base gives it a little bit more of a warm touch than what it would be if you would place it just on a skin tone color. And this re-intensifies that lightning bolt shape a little bit, but it's actually super subtle, so you could actually also just choose to do this, but then just do one wing, whatever your little heart desires. So now I'm going to place this here and I'm going to press this the lower part of the shape we made. It's not blended yet, that is not the point of this, but just getting that point of darkness here. I really like this brush, so I'm going to clean it up with my W7 shade and swap. This is so easy to use, and yeah, if you use colors that are very close to each other, this is so convenient. So now the brush is ready for the second color, and I want to warm it up a little bit. I want to make it fit a little bit more with my nails, so I think I'm going into Hibiscus, which is a very pretty pink. And I'm going not too high over it, just over the edge and softly into the beginning of the brow, but not going too crazy. I think I'm gonna take Bear now instead of Hibiscus. I think this is gonna be the lightness that I want. Just blending out the first shade that were placed down, not going over too much, more or less over the edges. I feel like this look is ready to be cut. Let me first blend out the edges with a brush with nothing on it. This is the same brush that I usually use, the Boozy Shop large taper the blender, 6500. So this is just like smoking everything out. So now to clean up this cut crease or like the shapes that we created, I'm going to use this Take All Off Catrice Anti-Pollution Micellar Oil in Water Remover. So you have to mix it, and then I'm going to use it on these very small pointy cotton buds. I've discussed this with a lot of makeup artists that really say that this is the way they get their clean cuts. Because I do like the paints by P.louise. They also give a nice clean cut, but it is way thicker. So if you're wanting to create a look that is not too thick, like maybe a little bit more editorial like I wanted today, then this is a very nice option. So I'm working this, as you could tell, towards the brow arch and then leaving it open here. And then here I'm going to try to get that shape going again. I do like using this kind of makeup remover more than, for example, Vaseline, because that would just like give my oily eyelids an excuse to move everything around again. We want to keep it quite straight on this one. We're now cutting this upwards and this too. Oh yeah, I'm liking this shape, and I'm going to tap on some of the PLouisebase in 02 again, and I'm working with another one of these kind of brushes. This is the 7072, and I think, yeah, it's the same as the What a Treat My Brush Is, but this is from the Cancelled collection. That's what I do. I stamp, drag, stamp, and I always move it inward. Some artists already have one eye done. It's sometimes really difficult to predict how a design is going to look on beforehand. And if you already have one eye done, then you already know, okay, I like this shape, I need to do this like this. And then you can just show it, and now I'm like praying that this goes right. So with a little bit of the last of this skin color P.louise base, I'm just like reinforcing these shapes again. Now I'm also going to reinforce this shape here. Just cutting it out like ever so slightly. And I'm envisioning a line here so it flows. There we go. I really like the flow of this eye look. Let me just tap over here. I'm now just reapplying some bloom on the areas where I feel like it could use a bit more depth. But I'm not going to take it too high, like here for example, but not all the way there, you know. Now I'm blending the bloom shade out a little bit. It's funny because without that pretty in pink shade underneath it, it's like a bit more purpley. So I'm going over it with my finger now, tapping in this base a bit. Now I'm taking a Bear, tapping it on the sides and smoking it out again and flicking it a bit higher. And with what's left on this brush, so there's a little bit Bear probably left on here, I'm just like taking it over here again. Let me place a beautiful shimmer. We have a rose pink and pearl. Ooh, these are nice. I didn't expect pearl to be this pretty. Let me first place down, without any glitter, glue or whatever, some pearl. This has like a beautiful bluish reflect. Ooh. Let me smoke out the lower lash line, so I'm gonna get some bloom again. Let me first do my face makeup before I decide what else I want to do. Let me prime some. The W7 Perfection Primer. I'm taking the Max & More primer that is mattifying all over my face. Let's do a light foundation. I already used this in my last video as well, and this is the Catrice All Matte Plus Foundation in 027 Amber Beige. You know what? It's a little bit too dark, I think, so I'm going in with a shade lighter. I don't want to have it like too thick, so I'm using a brush today. Probably going to go over it at the end with the sponge. Carefully going around this. You don't suddenly want to take away all her hard work. This is what I'm always afraid of when I do my skin next like seconds. Now going over it with the sponge. Sometimes I don't even wet the sponge, like today. It just takes away some excess. Looks nice and natural, I think. I do still have some of that pretty in pink. Whoa, a little goes a long way. I thought it was all dried up, but apparently not. So I'm just gonna tap this in with my finger. It just feels the safest because the warmth of your finger just helps to disperse the product. It's really cute. I really like products that you can use for different things. I'm also like slightly taking it towards the corner of my eye here, just to get that flushed effect, and you can even take it here. I just feel like it flows like that. There's still left on here. I'm gonna do the tiniest bit on my nose here. I don't know, there's still a little bit left. Normally I would wipe it off, but maybe I should see what it does on the lips. Oh, that's so cute though. I don't know if I will keep it, but it's nice that you can also use this on the face, and it worked in pretty well, I'd say. I just need to do a little bit more contouring. Well, when it's an editorial look, I don't contour that much. It's just on very strategic places. So let me use Fawn. This is gonna be barely noticeable, but it's going to still do something. It looks pretty gray. That is to mimic shadows. And then the tiniest bit here. And don't make the mistake I used to make. I used to place it here. I place it on the bridge, but on the outside of the bridge. And if that is too hard for you, just place it just over the bridge and then carve out the middle. And we're going to go here and here, which gives our nose more of a button nose effect. And I really am into using my fingers lately to tap in contouring and everything. Now we all have cream products on our face, so We definitely want to lock it in a little bit, but not bake, because baking isn't gonna look the best on close-ups and in real life. I would definitely suggest, if you want the look to be a little bit more glowy, more natural, more editorial, to just get a big fluffy brush and use a loose powder, or a not loose powder even, that has not too much pigment to it, so it can mattify or airbrush where it's needed but not really add a lot of color. Let me just use my favorite, this RMS beauty powder, y'all already know, tapping off excess, and then I'm first going to press it where it needs it the most. So I'm going over the nose where we did the contour, not yet where we did the blush, middle of the forehead, sides of the forehead, and now with the rest of it I go over here. And now to bring back some glow, today I'm going to use a Maximore fixing spray. Drench your face in that. Let me add a little bit of warmth using this Technique Color Fix bronze palette. I'm going for a bronzer that is a little bit to the pinky side. This one either, or this one, but I'm going to start with this one here and just go over where we place down that P.louise base. I'm going to take a little bit of this as well. Definitely more of a blushy shade, and I'm only placing that here on the outside, that even when it's more shadow there, when our hair is loose, that it still packs some punch. Taking this on the tip of the nose even. Now I'm taking the brush from before and I didn't add anything to it, but I just want to reinforce the shape again. Honestly, this lip shape is bugging me. I'm just going to go over it with the foundation brush. Now when it comes to highlight and everything, you can mimic the one that's on the eyelid, or you can, for example, get something like this that's kind of pinky. So let me just add a little bit of that. Going to go over it with this pearl shade that I put on the eyelid. It's so cool because it just looks like an innocent pink shimmer, but it has the most beautiful reflect. I only place it here. That's beautiful. Even if it's just to use as a highlighter. I just noticed that it wasn't filming, I don't know for how long. Sadly, I lost all the footage for the liner and the glitters, but I will show you what I used. First, I used this wet liner by Bperfect Cosmetics in Sherry 8. I used this nail stippling tool and this tiny brush to apply it as a liner and make the little hearts. In the inner corner, I then applied a glitter by Essence, which is called Supergirl and has like beautiful lightning bolts, and I also decided to place a little red star in the middle. I also applied a demi matte lipstick by Catrice in Nude Crush Everyday. I'm going to go in with Black Beach on the lower outside lash line. Also placing this here above the lash line, but only on the outside. Flicking it up a little bit so it follows that lower shape here. I'm going over it with Bloom again. Taking some Bare. I'm missing some warmth, so I'm gonna try some hibiscus here. And with what's left of the brush, I'm going here in the inner corner underneath the line that we placed. So then it's time for some mascara. I'm using this Catrice Glam and Doll False Lashes Mascara. As you all know, I love the wand of this because it's like so useful also for on the bottom lashes. But a great tip with any wand is to use like the tip of the wand like this. Let me also do some glitter freckles with this liner by Makeup Revolution in Rose Quartz. I don't like it as an actual liner because it's too thick and it doesn't make nice lines. But I think it will be cute to make some like subtle freckles. I think I'm actually going to keep the lip very simple. I'm just gonna use this LA Shockwave Neon Lip Liner in, is it Blaze? No, in Fiery. It's not that red though. But I'm just going to slightly darken up the sides. It's quite pinky as you can tell. I feel like Fiery should have been like a very red one. I'm just going a little bit more here. But I don't think I'm gonna do the Cupid's bow. Let me just take a brush to work that in. So this is the brush from before, which is a little bit of Pretty in Pink on. Gotta love an ombre like this. Let's not forget to clean up the sides with some concealer. What you can also do is like just tap a little bit of that pearl shade here, give it a nice shine. There's one thing I need to do in the eyelashes. I don't want to have too heavy eyelashes, so I'm going to go for these kiss lashes in the style of veil. I like that they're wispy, but like not too much. They're quite thin actually, but I think this will work perfectly for a look like this, because if you overpower the eyelashes together with an overpowering eye look, it quickly becomes a bit too much. And as last step, I'm going to apply a little bit of Pretty in Pink in my waterline. So this is the finished look, you guys. I hope you'll like it. I think it's so cute with just like a little heart there and a kind of a lightning bolt here that resonates in the earrings. I haven't seen a look like this, so that's kind of why I like this kind of creative process where I need to decide in a moment what I do and what I add, because it just allows me to be way more free creatively. Either way, I hope this video was fun to watch, and definitely let me know if you also want to recreate this, because I would feel so honored. So yeah, if you like these kind of half creative slash editorial slash almost wearable kind of looks, I also create wearable ones, don't worry, and then definitely consider following my channel or subscribing to my channel if you aren't already. Click the little notification bell next to the subscribe button if you want to be notified of my weekly video or videos. And yeah, don't forget to like this video and leave me a comment down below, because I'd love to hear what you think of this look and what your plans for Valentine's are. Mine are none, basically. Probably I'm just gonna get some vegan sushi and stay in and maybe watch something together, but that's about it. I feel like this year we should just try to let go of the fear of missing out, like to have FOMO about a lot of things and just be in the flow and do whatever feels good. So I hope you all have a great weekend, whether you celebrate Valentine's or not. I hope you have a great Valentine's, or I hope you have a great single day or a great Sunday. Let's just all make the best of it, and I will see you all hopefully when I upload my next video. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all on the flip side.